During our dry season from July right through till about December, January, everything fruits and flowers, in other words seeds or fruits. And then just at the beginning of the wet season we have this burst of seeds which then fall on the ground, and then the rains that come during the wet season will actually set these seeds off. As you see here now, we're into the scarlet bean, and all of these little things have pods. Here's another example of Clochidium hylandii, which is now just fruiting at this stage, and the seed buds are forming, and you'll be able to see just the pods if the wind doesn't wave it too much. These are then full of seeds. Again, these will drop in the ground and they'll germinate during the wet season. This is Ficus racemosa, or cluster fig, and these are what we call cauliferous trees. In other words, as in cauliflower, they form a flower and fruit on the stem of the tree, and they don't flower on the ends of the branches. These are just a fig, much loved by birds, and again full of very fine seeds which then develop during the wet season. Now we've come to our sort of open forest, and as we pan around slowly, we've got more figs. There's a couple of cassowaries plums here, but here we have a hollow, and this is a trench that's been man dug apparently. The council has actually, in previous years before environmental action was taken, they were digging these pits to get the gravel to build the roads in the local area. This is just part of it, and what I'll do is I'll pan in, and you see the logs. These logs float around all during the wet season. As this hole fills up, it just completely fills with water, including where I'm standing. So this you can't see now because it's overgrown, but this patch is probably about 200 meters long and about 100 meters wide, and it's perhaps about 6 meters deep. It's a whole big trench. You may be shuddering to think, why would you do this? But in its own effect, it's created its own little ecology. So what's happened now, that's for the district, it's become a frog nursery during the wet season. So every minus has a little bit of plus. That's what happens during the wet season. This whole area floods. During the dry season we get about between 100 and 200 millimeters of rain a month. During the wet season we get about 1,000 millimeters a month, or a metre a month. Our average rainfall for the district is 3.7 metres. We have had a year with as much as 6.5 metres. So when it does get wet, it gets very wet. We call it our growing season because that's what everything does, it just grows. Temperatures vary between 24 to 26 degrees 24 hours a day, and wet. Anything organic turns to mould, including leather, wool, etc, etc. Then again, this is our wet season. We love the place. Now I'm going to show you here is what we call a Leichhardt tree. This is a semi-deciduous tree. It's only just got some leaves since the end of the dry and the first rains are coming. And the size of the leaves, I'd say they would be about 200 mil by about 100 mil. So they're quite big, and I'll show you the fruit. This is the fruit of the Leichhardt tree. If you break that open, there's probably thousands of seeds in there. So this is one that spreads quite easily. This is a rainforest tree we refer to as Macaranga. What I'll show you here is what we do just by weed control, and what we have are all these pups or babies all coming up underneath or around the edge of the tree. These have all come up by themselves. So what happens here is the seed drops, or the birds roost in the trees, and they spread the seed throughout like that. This is what we're doing, and we're trying to do a survey as well of just an area only doing weed control but no planting, and just to see how many different species occur and how quickly they grow, and what sort of species occur, either through bird droppings or natural attrition.